Hey, it's Jay Chandrasekhar, and you're listening to Miserable Retail Eve. Who wants a mustache ride?
Ladies and gentlemen, we're on a road trip. This is one of our road trip episodes.
Yeah.
So if you hear a car noise, you're just on a little trip with us. That's Tommy honking because he saw a car that said, honk if you love freedom. And boy, does Tommy love freedom.
I got an eagle tattooed across my back.
That's why you have a man bun right now, because you're a true patriot.
I don't have either of those things.
Well, the man bun was a callback. I hope you're keeping track at home, folks.
Yeah.
But we are on a road trip, so if you're listening to us in your car on your way to work or whatever, it's like a meta Inception type of deal. Like we're in your car with you, and you're in our car with us.
Right.
So just think about that several times until your mind fucking explodes. Like already I'm thinking about it, I'm like, whoa. Because that's, my mind is easily blown. Why? I'm not frightening,
They don't want us in their car.
You don't want us in your car? What? We're like...
I couldn't imagine why nobody would want that.
Oh, is that the voice you're trying this week?
That's your voice.
Oh, is it really? If you're not aware, Tommy's trying to deepen his voice because he feels like he's very feminine in the vocal qualities.
Feminine. I got tattoos and big muscles and
big muscles,
motorcycles.
Okay,
we're all black.
But you sound like a dame occasionally.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Well, that's what you said. People think you're Tammy on the phone, so
I thought you were agreeing with him. Yeah, that's happened.
Which is funny. I'm like, what a weird sounding girl you would be. Like if I
just got to talk like this.
Yeah, exactly.
And put on one of those fake intellectual voices. Well, hello, sir.
Yeah, you just sound like a doofus. I mean, if you really want to...
So do people that have the fake intellectual voices.
This is true. If you really want to deepen up your voice, you should be like me and like constantly and randomly shout out expletives during the day because you're so frustrated with life. Just a casual fuck every now and then. It really tightens up those vocal cords. It's good for you. But we are on the road, and right when I was going to meet up with you, I came from work, because I'm a working man.
Yeah.
The retail paradise at gainfully. What are you doing with that steering wheel?
Setting the cruise control.
Oh, baby, we're cruising, girl.
So I can just shut my eyes and talk.
Yeah, sit back. We're going to sleep ride. Who needs a sleep number bed when you got a vehicle?
Sleep number car.
Yeah, sleep number car. Set it on cruise, shut your eyes, never wake up.
Never, ever.
It's the best kind of sleep.
The eternal.
Wow.
I know.
That took a turn.
Yeah, sorry, folks.
Anyways, I recommend you don't do that if we are in your car with you currently.
Right. Yeah.
So
open your eyes!
So I was leaving work, and I was rushing to meet you and whatever. And so I'm stopped at a stoplight because I stopped.
Oh, good
it was
for
a
you.
stoplight.
Yeah.
You just can't go.
You're learning things.
I know. Red light, green light. Stop and go. So I'm stopped. There's a car in front of me, a VW Bug.
Oh, yeah.
What a gross thing that is.
Slug bug?
A slug bug. I had nobody to slug, so I just punched the steering wheel in anger. And then I broke my hand and had to be rushed to the ER. But anyways, there's a slug bug in front of me. And usually I don't do this, but I looked through their back window, and it was two people gesturing wildly at each other.
Oh.
I'm like, oh, they're really...
the driver and passenger?
Yeah, I'm like, oh, that lady's really giving that fella the business. I believe the lady was driving, and the fella was just the unwitting passenger.
Yeah.
Just strapped in a car ride of doom.
Giving him what for? And
what for? And then I realized that the gesticulations were actually sign language back and forth.
Oh, okay.
I mean, the hand motions and the finger wagglings were a bit too immaculate to be a little bit of an anger thing.
Okay.
Either it was sign language, or they were trying to summon in a demon of some sort.
Maybe they were listening to Lizzo and they were just rapping.
Maybe they were really getting into some Lizzo. Mm-hmm. But yeah, they were really going at it. I can't think of anything that would terrify me more Because you think about it, people get triggered if you, like, point your finger at them.
Sure, right?
Don't point at me. Get your finger out of my face.
Absolutely.
What are you going to do with a whole wild hand flourish in your face? That's not going to sit well with you.
Nuh-uh.
But so this was going on, like, the entire car ride for, like, a half mile. This was going on. I'm watching them gesticulate back and forth, and I'm like, we have all these laws about texting and driving. What about signing and driving?
Yeah.
Because she was, like, wobbling all over the road, and, like, she was going way slower than she should have been.
Fighting in sign language, you think?
Oh, I think that's what was going on, yeah.
Huh.
I'm like, there should be a rule where you just sit in silence.
Yeah, can't she just flip them off?
See, that's what I mean. That's why I think it would be so effective for me, because if I get flipped off, I get real taken aback. I'm like, masters. If you say fuck you, I'm like, oh, whatever, you know?
Right.
But if somebody
Now
flips
you
you
gotta say
off,
something
I'm
back.
like, oh my God.
Right.
Oh my Lanta. You know?
And you just flip them off back, and that's it.
You think so?
I don't know.
That's what you would do?
I mean,
You're
I
more
don't
of a
know.
man than me. I would.
We'll see about that.
Finally, you know, they're going back and forth and swerving all over the stupid road. I'm like, why are you using both hands as sign language? You need one of them to drive,
Yeah.
unless you want a sleep number car. But they were both eyes wide open. The best way to avoid a sign language argument is stare straight ahead. She
Sure.
can't do nothing about it then.
Right. Yeah.
She can't. So
That's a good idea.
So they're going back and forth, and finally, they must have had one of those cell phone holders in the I don't know, where the radio is. You know, that clips on.
Yeah.
Because he slapped his cell phone right in that thing and like pointed at it. So he must have typed something real fierce and made her look at it.
Oh.
You know.
Now she's reading and driving.
Now she's reading and driving and then signing her response. And I'm like, geez, this is a disaster.
Yeah. And how long did you follow him for?
It felt like 3.5 hours. I followed him home, actually, because I had to see how the argument ended. They couldn't hear me, though, because I'm real stealthy like a ninja.
Right.
I don't know what it is, but they didn't even know I was there. But here's a fun thing. So, speaking of our car ride adventures, randomly and out of the blue, two of my very close friends all throughout school got a hold of me.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, within 12 hours of each other. So we all went out last week.
What?
Yeah, last Wednesday we went out.
Do I know these people?
One of them. Yeah.
Mike?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Cool.
Yeah. And the other one, Mark.
I don't know
we
Mark.
were all besties. I haven't seen Mark in probably 20 years.
Oh, wow.
I haven't seen Mike in probably, I don't know, 10.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Yeah.
So we were having a good time catching up and whatever. And
Where'd you guys go?
Well, I'll tell you in a minute.
Okay.
He mentioned Mark mentioned that he really enjoyed the car ride episodes because he feels like he's riding with us right there. And I didn't even know he listened to the podcast. I'm like, well, isn't that great?
Yeah. Does he live around here?
He does not. He flies all over the world. He's currently
wow.
in Washington, D.C. as a government agent.
Wow. Look at that.
I think he's almost a secret agent of a James Bond type, the type of adventures he gets into. But anyways, we ended up bar hopping. We started off at a place called Joe's Garage.
Yeah.
And then we ended up at your favorite watering hole.
The pub?
Yes.
Nice.
And boy, was that bar lit.
Really?
As in on fire.
Really?
And fuego. Because we sat down and our bartender was the lovely Maddie. And she gives us our beers. She gives us our very tall, large beers. And as soon as we get our very tall, large beer, she's like, you have to leave the building now because the building is on fire. I'm going to evacuate.
Wow.
So we had to, guzzle our beer. We didn't technically have to, but we felt obligated to the alcohol
building's on
and the
fire,
gods
you
of the
guys-
spirits.
Give us a second.
Yeah. I'm like, listen.
Did you have to pay for the beers?
Well, yeah. What are you getting free
Did they,
beer
like,
just
take
because
the
the bar's on fire?
So what they do? Like take your money as the building's burning down? Like,
$12. We had a tab so they could run it, So
I don't get it. Though.
As
So,
long
like,
as
the building was on fire.
Listen, as long as the smoke was above your forehead, then you could still
You're
drink
okay?
safely. Yeah,
Okay.
breathe and drink. It's fine. So of course we finished the beers, and right when we're about to walk out, a fireman walks in, and he looked like he rolled out of bed and tied one on 3 nights in a row. He looked like the worst person to try to put out a fire. Like, I felt like if he breathed on the fire, it would expand even more and maybe shoot a Bowser-like fireball into the rest of the building and incinerate it.
Velvet breath?
Yeah, black velvet breath. I don't know why I said it like that. That wasn't even good. And then right behind him is a sight every man wants to see once they just have been drinking all night and down to tall beer. Cops walk in, their hands on their belt loops.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
like, oh, God damn it.
Take myself to the hotel.
Yeah. So we shimmied out of there. And
Where'd you go?
home.
Oh, really? That was the end of the
No,
night?
actually, me and Mike went to Doobies
Oh,
and,
okay.
and tied another one on.
Nice.
So
Good.
the moral of the story is, I don't know. I don't really have a moral of the story. You ever been in a bar when it's burning down?
No, and I didn't even hear that. It must have been kind of a false alarm sort of thing.
I guess, but the next day I heard somebody say the same thing happened. So there must be a wiring issue or something.
Well, it burnt down like 15 years ago.
Oh man.
Yeah, because I wasn't able to go there when I was first 21 because it wasn't open.
Oh, okay.
So yeah.
Well, I tell you what, whenever I go somewhere out to party, I'm like, I am ready to fuck the night, and I burn everything down, including tonight. We're going to beautiful Mount Pleasant, USA. Tommy's going to perform, and we're going to burn. We don't need no water. Let the motherfucker burn. Drop that beauty boy.
Put it in. We're drinking summer shandy on Thursday. We so motherfucking out here, though. We never been this out here. Woo!
So strange when it's changing the sleep.
What you know about Leonard Skinner? The whacker the intro, the hotter the verse every time, baby.
I've seen the hard times and the pressures been on me.
Well, I've been working like a working man do. Got my act together, gonna walk all over you. Pressure pushing down on me, pushing down on you. Shit, let's raise the roof. Woo! About time, it's the era of the rebels. Cloud 9 in the air up in the vessels. Generation fearless, got a taste for weirdness. Flow on fire, that's the way my beard is. Hard times, jump starting the grind. It's all good, y'all. Things fall apart sometimes. Let it go, let me know when you're ready, though. Don't push me, cuz until the edge I'm close. When the time comes, ride for something. Or live to be 90 and then just die for nothing. Speak their heart, your baby, speak their mind. And I'ma play their part, and I'ma freak that rhyme one time for you. Rhyme one time for you. I'm an island, man. There ain't nothing else by me, man. And I drink enough whiskey to float a battleship around this bitch any motherfucking how. Wow. All up in a mix and the place to be. You down for the night, come form with me. Like ABC, like 1, 2, 3. As I breathe, like a part of the sea. All up in the mix and the place to be. You down for the night, come form with me. Like ABC, like 1, 2, 3.
Welcome to the Miserable Retail Slave Show. We're coming to you well outside beautiful Flint, Michigan, USA from the pod car. My name is Randy. Tommy is over there.
Hey.
How is everybody doing today? Thank you for tuning in. This week we are a Big Dumb Comedy Show.
Just this week.
Just this week. We're only humorous at this point in time. Any other points, we were very serious and stoic. We were like, what is the meaning of life? And Tommy's like, cheddar fries. And I'm like, hell yeah, brother.
Yeah.
So, if you're into philosophy, check out our back catalog, which is 230 plus deep.
Yeah.
7 years and a half. So
This used to be the meditation retail slave.
Used to be. And then we got real miserable. We got into nihilism real quick.
We got into alcoholism.
Oh, oof. Now we're getting serious.
Well, I like to bring the honesty.
Now it's the intervention retail slave. Tommy, do you have something to declare?
The IRS.
Yes. Do you have something to declare to all the loyal listeners?
I do declare.
I do declare.
Hear ye, hear ye.
Hear ye, hear ye. I have imbibed and I do enjoy.
There will be a hanging at noon.
Oh boy, could you imagine getting hung for all? Well, I already am all the hung.
Yeah, I like the
Ladies.
meme that's going around from the Ballad of Buster Scruggs, and it's just James Franco with first time.
Oh yeah.
With the noose around his neck.
I haven't seen that meme. I'm not into all the Francoisms.
Oh really? No, it's so meme. You know what I'm talking about because
I do enjoy the
Buster.
Ballad of Buster Scruggs, which
Yeah.
was all the rage last of year.
Yeah, there's been this meme going around of a screenshot of Franco where he's looking at the guy and he's like, first time with the noose around his neck. And it's just funny. It gets a lot of use.
It's a lot of
you haven't
utes
seen it.
or utes.
Utes.
Okay.
Utes.
We are the Miserable Retail Slave Podcast. I am a miserable retail slave. That boy over there is my driver, a chauffeur, and also a stand-up comedian of some stripe.
Oh, wow. He just started giving me that title. That's amazing.
Within the last 3 weeks. We are coming back from a comedy show. We are on the road. We do have car noises. There's a car right beside me.
Yep.
Should I interview that gentleman?
Sure.
Hello, sir. Where are you to at this point on 10:35 p.m. on a Wednesday?
Yeah.
On a hump day,
I would guess home. But yeah.
probably. I saw the looks of him. I don't think he's humping on a hump day.
Oof.
There's no Tinder matches there, sir. Your cheekbone structure leaves a lot to be desired.
Hopefully he has a wife at home.
Well, I mean, yes.
I can't remember where I heard that, but I remember one guy saying to one guy one time, I hope you have a
Wait,
wife.
let's dissect that.
I remember
hearing one guy say to one guy one time, one thing, 1 second, he said this one phrase.
He said, I hope you have a wife at home because you're never getting laid.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah. It's a pretty good insult.
I kind of like it a little bit.
Yeah. I've never forgotten it.
Let's do a quick short segment that just sprung to my mind right now.
Oh.
We used to do this every once in a great while.
Yeah.
Oh, a blue moon. Once
moon.
upon a blue corn moon.
A blue corn moon.
Yes. This is a segment called Is It Offensive or Nah?
Ah, I like this.
Okay. I was at the retail paradise that gainfully employs me.
Mm-hmm.
And when I'm there, I like to indulge in the art of the people watch.
Okay, yeah.
Because people are the best things to watch.
Sure.
It's better than bird watching. All they do is flap around.
Or not.
Or not. They just sit there and chirp their little heads off.
You're lucky if they flap.
And you're like, make a move, bird. Do something special.
Be a man.
Mm-hmm.
Or a bird.
But you
whatever.
watch the people. My God, they are so unpredictable.
Sure.
They could do anything. You have no idea. What are they capable of? That's why you watch. So I saw a man. He was he was probably 5'6". That's what I'm judging him as. 40 years of age, if not more.
Like the bagel guy.
Like the bagel guy, yes,
Okay.
indeed. The short stuff that got all offended because he was a shorty boy.
He's doing stand-up now. Thank God.
And he's going to fight somebody, right?
I'm sure.
Yeah. Let's capitalize on the fact that I'm a idiot.
Of course, the club owners that book him, oh, God damn it.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Well, I mean, they're going to sell out.
Okay.
It's not stupid business-wise.
Club owners, I've been an idiot for 7.5 years.
You're not
Book
a
me.
viral sensation.
Oh, I've got all the viruses. Don't you dare. Ladies.
You're a viral burning sensation.
Whew. Boy, does it ever. So anyways, this man, 45 of age,
5'6".
roughly 5'6".
Probably bullied his whole life.
Maybe. Wearing a black graphic tee that said NASA across it.
Oh.
Big space fan.
Yeah.
Loves that
Smart-
Jupiter.
Smarty.
Oh, I love that birthmark on Jupiter. Shut up.
But you didn't know there was one.
It's my favorite part. Okay.
I know all the names to the Saturn rings.
So anyways, he's milling about, buying all the fruits and veggies like he's going to make a difference in his life.
Sure.
Yeah.
Building a garden.
He might be building a garden. And maybe he thinks his body is a temple.
Oh, right. Like a vegan.
Yeah, I say thee nay. Your body is no temple, sir, with your tucked-in nasty. So he apparently ran into an acquaintance of his.
Oh, very nice. Very nice.
A lady.
Oh, good for him.
Good for him.
Sure, yeah.
She was also of a similar age, 40 to 45. Not unattractive.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
She's got some mileage.
Okay.
Who doesn't?
Sure.
Who doesn't? Tommy, is it offensive or nah? He saw her, recognized her. She, acknowledged his existence.
Reluctantly or no?
No, she fairly openly acknowledged his existence.
Okay.
And he replied after the initial highs, "Oh, I almost didn't recognize you. You look like a woman today." Is it offensive or nah?
That might be offensive.
I don't think he's getting any action.
What was her reaction? Did she
Absolute disgust.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's offensive.
I mean, there was a laugh.
I was hoping that maybe there was a
sure,
inside joke or something.
That's what you would hope when one utters such a thing.
Like one day somebody mistaken her for Elton John or something. So like everybody's like,
"Are you?"
And she loves to tell the story or something.
Hey there, Crocodile Rock.
Right. But she loves to tell the story, so now he's like, oh,
Yeah.
you don't look like Elton John today.
No, you don't have those wide sunglasses.
Right.
But
yeah, that's offensive.
I would think so. I mean,
ding, 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 ding.
Again,
ding,
she
ding,
was not an uggo, and that was the most awkward thing he possibly could have said. She did laugh, however, she did look disgusted, and he realized, I think, possibly, after he said it, what a dumbass, doofus thing.
Start backpedaling a little bit.
No, he didn't say anything. He was silent after that.
That was it. I just want to tell you you actually look like a woman.
You look like a woman today. And she, laughed and,
And then it was awkward and they just went their own way.
Yeah, pretty much. And then he stared straight ahead stoically.
He's like, I fucking told you, Robert, to never fucking say anything in public ever. God, remember what the therapist said?
He was staring at the fucking citrus, and his mind was, his life was flashing before his eyes.
Chuck's
He's like, what have you done?
Barbecue
What
again.
have you done? Her name is Charlene. We call her Chuck. That's what I meant. God damn it.
Why do I see this?
Yes.
And then he went to the bar and got hammered.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
Poor fella. This is a road trip show. I don't know what we're talking about anymore.
But, do we ever?
Occasionally. Occasionally it's all awesome. By the way, ladies, gentlemen, Tommy, we are...
I'm a separate entity.
Yes.
Not
You're a species unto yourself. We are... Brace yourself. Sit down. I want you to sit down and fully impact this. What?
I said I'm sitting.
Fully impact that.
Okay.
That's what I was saying. I'm like, that's a dumb thing to say right now.
Full impact.
You are currently, as these words enter your brilliant ears, listening, according to Apple Podcast, the number 38th ranked improv comedy podcast in all the country.
All right. That's pretty damn good, isn't it? 38th. Why aren't we advertising that?
Improv comedy. This is it right here.
Yeah, we are improv.
We are improv. We are comedy.
I never realized that. Thanks to Apple for...
Thank you,
I
Apple.
realized it, but yeah, that's exactly...
We're on the list. We are there, number 38.
Out of how many? 40?
Out of... well, the list I saw was out of 200, actually.
All right,
so that should be pretty
Cheers.
decent. Cheers. Let's bump those mics.
Bumping mics.
Our
like
friends
David Tell and Jeffrey Ross.
Yeah. Our friends, the Rob and Slim Show, which I was a guest on before they went on hiatus for the season. They're now entering their season 6.
Nice.
They are ahead of us, which I'm all right. I think they're number 9. I'm
nice.
cool with that.
Okay.
I'm cool with that. Listen to my appearance on the Rob and Slim Show. I think episode 196, 7.
Yeah.
I don't know. That was a fun time.
All right. What a plug.
Huh?
I said, what a plug. Shameless plug.
I'll plug everything. I don't even care, ladies. So yeah, we are the number 38th improv podcast in all the land. I hope you've gathered why we're so acclaimed at this point. But if you haven't gathered it, we've got on our side a new patron saint, Tommy.
Yeah, we're 38 with a bullet.
38 with a bullet. I don't know if you heard it on the top of the show or not, but we have a celebrity endorsement.
We do. Did we talk about it at the top of the show?
We didn't, but I played the clip.
Oh, you did? I didn't even know you played the clip.
Well, we're riding in a car. I can't play the clip. Jay
Chandrasekhar.
Yes.
Chandrasekhar.
He who wrote Super Troopers.
Directed.
And Super
starred.
Troopers 2.
Yeah, he played Ramathorn. Yeah.
Yes. The best character that everyone always remembers from Super Troopers.
Absolutely. And he was in Beer Fest as Barry Badranath.
Yes.
And he wrote Beer Fest, and he directed and starred in as Barry Badranath.
Yes. I know before you said he directed Dukes of Hazzard.
He directed Dukes of Hazzard.
That's not a claim to fame. We won't allow that on this podcast. I've seen Dukes of Hazzard, and Jessica Simpson has never been a more Daisy Duke. However,
he has a great joke about that, by the way.
Does he? Can you tell it?
I don't know if he would like it. It's pretty much about okay. So Jay Chandra, I opened up for him for 5 shows
because he is our patron saint now.
I'll just do the quick, but blah blah blah. He's telling a story about how he's whacking off to the Dukes of Hazzard poster, and he comes and and it's a great story. But then and I won't tell the story, but it's super funny. But he ends up whacking off to it.
Go see Jay.
Yeah,
do his
absolutely,
stand up to
absolutely.
hear the full tale.
Yeah, but he's like, when I was directing Dukes of Hazzard, I told Jessica Simpson that story, and she goes, "Ew."
That's hilarious because
and it's a super long story. And, no, I opened up for Jay Chandrasekhar 5 shows at Skyline Comedy Club in Appleton, Wisconsin last weekend. It was fucking awesome. Jay was great.
Let me pause for a second because
we drank together. We had a lot of laughs together.
You need to pause because I said pause.
Okay.
Because I've given Tommy a little bit of shit. If you've listened since our comeback after our summer vacation, I've gave him a little bit of shit.
Yeah.
Because I told him, I said, hey, you need to do this to this Jay. You need to tell this Jay to be like, hey, do this thing for this podcast that I'm on. Do it now. And Tommy was like, I don't know. We'll see.
I don't want to. And I'm good with celebrities. I think I know where to. I've learned over the years to not cross.
Oh, look at you
cross
mingling with celebrities.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I used to be. Oh, you're a celebrity. And
well, the first night he was with Jay, I texted him. I was like, how'd it go? And I wasn't fishing for did you get the fucking sound bite?
Right.
Me and Tommy are friends. I don't know if you realize that, the way I treat the fat son of a fucking bitch over there.
Not true.
But what?
Nothing.
Oh.
Nothing. Keep going.
Okay.
I didn't say not true.
Okay.
We're friends. Randy's going to cry if I don't take that back.
I've had a rough night. So I've been getting...
Somebody's got to be.
So I asked him, I'm like, how did your night go? Hoping he fucking killed the room and did not mention the podcast once.
That's exactly what happened.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, no, that was what happened. Jay was a little quiet Thursday night.
That's what he said. He's like, I don't know if I can do this. What the fuck?
Yeah, I don't like bugging people, But he was very funny. He was drinking and stuff, but he wasn't. He was very nice, very nice. And I'm just like, I don't know. I'll say I still have 2 more days to ask him, right?
Yes.
So I just didn't ask him. Dude, Friday night he came in and he was so much fun. And we partied and we had a great time. And I didn't ask him, right? But
You
we
did
partied
not
at the
ask
club till
him.
like 1:30 in the morning.
Okay.
And at the comedy club. We didn't go out to
You were
like a
building
booch
that
booch.
trust before you mooched off
Well,
him.
you
I
know,
like that.
It wasn't
like
just
that.
about that. I know you wanted it to be all about that, but we
I wanted everything to
we
be
had
all about
sold
me.
out shows. We're selling a lot of merch, especially him, of course.
Man.
And, his fans are really cool to me. They're buying my stuff. They're laughing at my jokes. It was awesome.
Why did I was going to give you fucking miserable retail slave stickers. I never did.
It's fine. I would have thrown them away and said, everybody.
You
good?"
already did. You have a bunch of them, and you don't care. So cool.
Saturday,
Everybody listening right now, Tommy don't give a fuck about you.
Saturday, me and the MC, I won't say his name. Cause
Hammer.
Right,
MC Hammer.
we went day drinking
Yeah.
in the middle of downtown.
Because you were
Appleton.
both too legit to quit.
Right.
Yeah.
But you know, it was one of those day drinking sessions where you have like 5 within like 2 hours.
Yeah.
So you're not like hammered.
No.
We didn't do shots or anything.
You were MC Hammered.
Right. So I run back to the hotel room. I do a full chest workout in the fitness room, by the way, because I'm dedicated after 5 fucking Oktoberfests.
You got to keep
And,
those man boobs in shape.
Right. And it's the only part of me.
I mean, if those fucking D's go to a B, you can't handle it. What are you going to do?
Right. And so I drink coffee from like 3 o'clock to like first show's at 7:30, and Jay shows up and he's like fucking pumped, man, and we're having a fucking right off the bat. It was great. It's a Saturday night, you know, it's the last 2 shows of the weekend. We're having a blast. Everybody's drinking, everybody having a good time. And at the end of the night, and I'm pretty drunk, so Jay, if you're listening to this, if you stumble across this or somebody tells you about this, okay, maybe this isn't exactly how it went. But me and Jay are drinking. We're talking about, the staff's talking about, like, going out because it was, like, the security guard's birthday. And we're like, you know, Jay's all about going out. And I'm like, man, I'm tired. I got a 9-hour drive tomorrow, but I'm going to go out. Of course I'm going to go out.
Yeah.
And,
Tommy Good Times.
yeah, and they keep the green room just stocked full of beer. So I just keep going back there and grabbing another Two Hearted or Blue Moon. And Jay's drinking like soda water and vodka, soda water and Tito's, I think. And so we're just drinking. And they're like, oh, we got to get a staff picture on stage. Can you quit texting? You being like me now?
Yes.
Trying to tell a really good
I'm
story.
hearing it.
I need your help.
I need your
So
guide me through this.
We do the
Be
2
my
shows.
compass.
Jay takes like 1,000,000 pictures of everybody. He was awesome. He's signing everything.
Okay.
Making everybody laugh. It was great.
I didn't get a signed photograph.
I didn't bring any.
Well.
I can show you a picture of me and him though, laughing at the bar.
Oh, that would be cute.
Will that make you feel better?
Yeah, maybe.
And so it's Saturday night, and me and Jay are talking because in his show Saturday night, he always does this story about how they sent him to convince Willie Nelson to play Uncle Jesse for Dukes of Hazzard, right?
Oh,
Because
yeah.
they came to Jay.
I forgot that he was Uncle Jay. Yeah, I forgot about
they
that.
came
Yeah.
to Jay and they asked him to direct Dukes of Hazzard, and he said, "I will, if we can get Willie Nelson to play Uncle Jesse." And they said, "Okay."
Can you put a pin in this and tell the story about your uncle almost meeting Willie Nelson? Because I love that story. Anyways, go ahead.
And so I'm not going to tell Jay's story, but
No.
he flies out and he meets Willie and blah blah blah, and he has fun with Willie, if you know what I mean. And at Saturday night, you know, Jay's a very natural storyteller, so not everything that he tells comes out the same way every night. And he says something about like Willie's, you know, goes up on stage, he's playing all the hits, Me and Paul. And he just mentions Me and Paul. Well, that's my favorite Willie Nelson song, Me and Paul. It's a great song. It's the best song. It's my favorite Waylon Jennings song, too, who's my all-time favorite.
Everybody
artist.
Google Me and Paul because I have no idea what the fuck that is.
Oh, it's great. Willie wrote it, and he wrote it about his drummer, Paul English.
Oh, okay.
Waylon and Willie shared songs all the time, right? I like Waylon's version better because I like Waylon a little more than Willie.
Oh,
but I still love Willie.
I'm gonna look it up for sure.
Oh, it's great. And so Jay just mentioned Me and Paul to the audience on stage. And so when he got off, after we're done signing autographs, I was like, dude, you said something about me and Paul. That's my favorite Willie Nelson song. That's my favorite Waylon Jennings song. And we had already talked about our mutual love for Outlaw Country.
Do we have a time for a quick Randy fact?
Sure.
Willie Nelson was the first concert I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, that's great.
I was like 8 years old.
Yeah.
That was a good time to get high as a kite, right?
So yeah, like Saturday night, we're drinking, we're having a good time, and Jay, again, like I said, he was great with all the fans and everything. And anyway, he had mentioned me and Paul on stage, my favorite Willie Nelson song, favorite Waylon Jennings song, and he's walking back to sign autographs at our merch table, and I goes, dude, me and Paul is my favorite fucking song. And he's like, oh, I gotta tell you a story later. I was like, sweet. And so he signs all the autographs. I think I signed like
Did
two.
part of you think that he would be like, did part of you think that he said that and you were like, he's never going to tell me that story?
No, because he was very like fun. Like he was very into like Friday and Saturday. He was very into hanging out and very into talking and stuff and being a fun guy. So I was like, as long as I remind him,
I love it because I always imagined our patron saint to be like really chill and fun. So
yeah. And so we're doing the merch thing, and he's taking all the pictures and signing all the stuff, and I'm running back and I'm cracking more beers and shit because what else?
Because that's what a Tommy do.
Right. And he's getting more soda and Tito's or whatever if he needs it, whatever.
Tito's
and
some White Claw.
Right. So we're having a blast. And
let's put a pin in that. I've never heard of White Claw before the last 2 weeks, and now that's all any of these motherfuckers anywhere on these internets talk about is White Claw. Have you had a White Claw?
I haven't, but
have you heard of a White Claw before the last 2 weeks?
No.
I know what happened. Why is White Claw a thing within the last 2 weeks?
They came out of nowhere. They clawed their way to the top.
Oh my God! And they're white too. That makes them very superior.
Privileged.
Very privileged. This claw. Anyways,
and so we're done. He's done signing all the.
Those are
autographs.
jokes, by the way. This is a big dumb comedy show.
Yeah.
I'm not a racist man. Go ahead, Tommy.
And everybody's all right. Let's get a drink. Let's hang out. What are we doing? And we're talking to some people backstage, some guys that were kind of hanging around, and me and Jay hear them singing "Happy Birthday" to the security guard. Like the staff. And we're like, okay, there's, birthday. So everybody's kind of hanging out at the club. And we go back in. We're drinking. I know this is rambling, but I'm trying to remember because I was pretty drunk. And so if this doesn't come out 100% true, it's to the best of my recollection. And so
and then Jay held me up on a bouquet of roses, and we floated to the sky.
So somebody yells, we need to get a staff picture. Everybody get on stage. And so as we're walking up to the stage...
A staff picture? Like an infection?
No.
A staff infection? Oh, okay.
Like co-workers and stuff.
Okay, I got it.
And so as we're walking up to the stage, I said, Jay, you didn't tell me the me and Paul story. And he goes, all right. So he starts the story, and this is where I get like cloudy because I'm like...
Because you were on cloud 9.
And there was stuff going on. They're trying to get us in line for the picture and stuff. But he's telling me he's partying with Willie, and he tells Willie that Me and Paul is his favorite song. And so Willie's like, all right, sweet. And so later on, and this again, if this is 100% true, this is kind of where... Later on, they're on the bus or whatever, and Willie starts playing Me and Paul, and he
my God.
He's like, on a package show in Buffalo with us and Kitty Wales and Charlie Pride. Take it, Jay. So Jay's like, I'm just sitting there, and now I got to start the next line. And he's like, the show was late, but I started the next line on the stage at Skyline and stomping my foot and keeping the beat.
Oh.
So me and Jared just going back and forth, and we're singing the song back to each other as if it was him and Willie, and we're laughing.
There was no audience left, though?
No. It's just us and the staff, and the
just...
staff's like, what's going on? But we were just having a fucking blast. We got our arms around each other, and, we're singing Me and Paul. And so we're laughing, and we're walking off stage, and I goes, I goes, dude, man, I said, I got to ask you something. I was like, it's a little weird for me, but I have this podcast. Well, my buddy Randy has this podcast, and I'm like,
Oh, my God. Why would you fucking say that?
You know, whatever. I'm giving you a shout out.
Yeah, no, but you said my buddy Randy has this podcast,
Yeah, and that's
as if
what we
you
do.
haven't been part of it the entire time.
Yeah. Well,
Like-
yeah. I said I'm the co-host. I'm the stupid co-host. And I said it's kind of like a Seinfeld thing. It's kind of like about nothing or whatever. And he's like, all right. And I goes, this is a weird thing to ask, but will you give us a show? Will you say something like, this is Jay Chandrasekhar, and you're listening to the Miserable Retail Slate podcast? And he looks at me and he goes, why the fuck wouldn't I do that?
Yeah.
I goes,
I love
you're gonna make Randy so happy.
that.
So he literally grabs my phone. I start directing him like he's not this famous director. He doesn't even listen to me. He just goes, I'm Jay Chandrasekhar. You're listening to Miserable Retail Slave. Who wants a mustache ride?
Right,
He
which is perfect.
Hands me the phone back, and we take off to our drinks.
He's like, fucking nailed it.
Right.
It was only on the replay.
Somehow I fucked it up. I don't know.
Like, and it was the next day. Like, you sent it to me. I knew you were tying one on, and I knew something happened in the early morning hours because you sent it to me at like 2:30 in the fucking morning.
And
I'm
I'm
like,
like,
oh,
"You're
something
welcome,
happened,
motherfucker."
Yeah, this is how this boy treats me. So I'm like, oh my God, he fucking did it. Like,
Right.
I didn't listen to it. I didn't
listen to it either.
I saw
That's
You're
the
Welcome,
funniest thing.
motherfucker,
Yeah.
and I listened to it, and I'm like, God damn it. This
You know-
is awesome, but God damn it.
I listened to it. We all went out to the bar after we finished our drinks, and on the way to the bar, I listened to it, and I was like, "Oh shit!"
The
and I'm like, "Wait,
audio
no,
cut
I'm not
out.
gonna ask Jay to fix it." in the
No.
bar because it's perfect that it isn't perfect.
Because that's us. We're completely. I mean,
it's a little better that way. It was like it was made for us. And
yes,
it was made for us.
Yes, I mean,
So we thank you, Jay.
thanks, Jay. You are our new patron saint.
Right.
We yes, in advance. We will be in your next movie. We will be, even if it's just extras. We will be there. We'll be milling about in the background and love it. But in case you haven't realized it, folks, yes, we are the black clouds that rain on all your parades. We have the worst luck, both of us combined. We are like negative horseshoes. We are jackasses indeed. Like, horseshoe is lucky. We are the jackass. It's bad. Like, you're probably going to get an ear curse just listening to this nonsense
Sure.
right now.
Sure.
Your eardrums are going to be plagued with bad luck for the rest of your days. I don't know how you're going to reconcile that, but what do you expect from us? I mean, it's almost like we, I don't know, stepped on a leprechaun in a prior life or something. That's why we got all this bad karma.
Sure.
That's how But when I heard it, I'm like, you know what? That's perfect.
That's what I thought too.
We are the Miserable Retail Lave podcast. That's what we are.
For him right now.
Yeah. And, like, seriously, there's no possible way that any human being could fuck that up. But at some point, your phone decided, oh, a great thing is happening.
Yeah.
This is Tommy. This can't happen.
Right,
Glitch.
yeah, because I handed it to him. I hit record. He put it right up to his mouth. He didn't do anything wrong.
No,
I heard
no-
it with my own ears.
Nobody did anything wrong. Your phone just decided at that moment, like,
Fuck you.
fart noise. This is what I think of you.
Yeah, you're gonna hand this to me when I'm on 8%. You fucking idiot. Like,
Well, initially when I saw it, I'm like, I'm gonna hear this. This is gonna be worse sound quality. But I'm like, oh, this is perfect.
it's kind of loud because the staff's partying.
yeah,
in
but
the
that's
background.
fine. But you
Yeah.
could hear him perfectly.
Oh yeah, he put it right up to it.
Yeah.
okay.
And then it cut. I'm like, oh,
Right.
but that's awesome.
Yeah,
so why
my
not?
first reaction was like, damn it.
I
I'm
mean,
gonna have to ask him in the bar. And I'm like, you know what? No.
No.
This is too good.
How many times can you ask another man to give you a mustache ride for crying out loud?
I didn't even tell him to say that, which is the best thing. I
Yeah.
just said, hey, will you say you're Jay Chandrasekhar? And I couldn't even get it. He like, you know, he's a legendary director, you know. He knows what he's doing.
He does know what he's doing.
Right. He directs the Goldbergs, like some of them, which is one of the best shows on TV. So.
Oh, you agree too? I've been
it.
mentioning that recently. I started at the beginning, and I love it quite a bit.
I think he's done like 20 episodes.
Oh, good for him. I love that. Has he got any movies coming up? Do you know?
Well, Super Troopers 2. Did that come out already?
Yes, like
Okay.
last, I don't
I
know,
haven't
winter
seen
or
it
something.
yet, so, but Super Troopers 2.
I
I don't know if he's working on it.
I think it had mixed reviews. However, I also heard the opening 15 minutes are legendary.
Okay.
So I do need to see that at some point.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I really like Super Troopers. I really, really like Beer Fest.
I like it.
Yes.
I don't know. I think we're almost done. I did hear a weird thing again at the Retail Paradise that gainfully employs me. I saw a vendor. I don't know if you know this about grocery stores, but they have approximately 70 million vendors representing 70 million different companies, because all the companies are like, you can't touch our shit, we'll touch our own shit. Thank you very much. So it was one of the vendors, and he was like, it almost seemed like he was hardcore hitting on another employee, which, good for her, because I don't think she gets hit on very, very much.
Okay. Brighten her spirits a little bit.
I think so, but she was very like, ugh.
Oh, that's probably why she don't get it.
Yeah, maybe she has a
She's not very welcoming.
She has a personality of a rock, so that's part of it. Not Dwayne the Rock Johnson, a literal stone.
Her eyebrows don't. Her eyebrow doesn't go up.
Yeah, a literal stone in the middle of a rock garden, or the middle of your lawn. You know, when you're mowing your lawn and it fucks up your mower blade, and you're like, God damn it! Now I gotta get this sharpened.
She's a lame stone. Get it? Not a limestone. Don't worry, I'm a professional.
I'm leaving this pregnant pause in. It's going to give birth to a lot of humor because it was so long. Anyways.
You don't like my lame stone?
Yeah. I could have done without that. Yeah.
I worked hard on that.
Sorry, Jay, for making you our patron saint.
All right.
We're never going
Just like that. Why the fuck wouldn't I do that?
We're never going to be in Club Dread 2 now.
Yeah, right? I haven't seen that. Have you seen that? Is it good?
We're not going to talk about Club Dread.
Okay.
We'll talk about everything else but Club Dread.
Uh-oh. You didn't like it.
I think the lizard was very broken on that one.
Uh-oh.
Anyways. Hemingways. So, this vendor was seemingly hitting on this woman, talking about golfing. And I kind of figured that he was hitting on her by the fact that he said, I'm going to get you out there one day golfing. Like, how do you invite a woman out that you don't barely know to golf? Like, that's a... How does that combo even start?
Right.
Hey, you into your 9-iron? Like, I don't even know. So anyways, he ended the conversation. This was his thesis statement. This was the end of everything that he's ever said. This was the culmination of all the game playing.
Okay.
He said, my Gothic is, you play 9 holes, you drink 9 too.
Oh, wow.
Fucking mic drop. He walked away. That was enough.
That is
He's
enough.
like, boom, goes the dynamite.
Yeah.
Got that date.
Okay.
She's smitten now.
I got it.
We're pulling in a rest stop. We're going to get raped.
Yeah, that car is parked in 4 different parking spots.
Well, they're having all the sex.
I think so.
Why are there so many vehicles here?
I think you're going to have to ask him.
Can we interview people at the rest stop? Would you enjoy that, people? I would enjoy that, quite honestly. If I tapped on that Escalade, oh, God, that's a boy and a girl, and they're having a combo. I bet it's really serious.
You coming in?
I got to pee. Well, this has been the Miserable Retail Slave Show. We thank you for listening. Do us a favor. Go to that Facebook.com. Join our Facebook group, Miserable Retail Slave. Search it. Also, if you got that Spotify, oh my God, we've got a lot of Spotify listeners lately.
No shit.
Huge on the Spotify. So if you're on
the...
the...
got to 28. Maybe.
What? Maybe. 38.
38. Oh,
28 hopefully next week
Something
for
to
sure.
shoot for.
Yeah, exactly.
Help us out.
Help us out. We got a lot of Spotify listeners, so if you're on Spotify, God bless you. And reach out to us. Let us know. Be like, hey, we listen on Spotify. We do want more feedback from all the folks. We used to get all the feedback. Now we get zero. So, shoot us an email, miserableretailslave@gmail.com. Or on Twitter, mretailslave. Shoot me a message. Or on Instagram, Miserable Retail Slave Podcast. It's all very, very easy.
Yeah, or like Randy said, just join the Facebook group.
Or if you Google Miserable Retail Slave, this is the best thing about Google now. If you Google Miserable Retail Slave, the podcast pops up immediately and the episodes pop up immediately.
Oh, wow.
So you can listen right on Google too if you so choose. So
Listen to that.
I mean, there's
Google
so
taking over.
Google taking over.
You don't need anything.
You don't need that fucking Yahoo. Toss that to the side. The best thing you can do for us is suggest. If you so love this podcast, suggest it to a friend. Tell everybody you know. Be like, hey, girl, hey, listen to this. Hey, boy, hey, listen to this. I mean, we're not all about the pronouns. Maybe your dog wants to listen too. I don't care. Maybe you'll listen to my dulcet tones to put your ass to sleep every night. That's okay. Just give us that DL. That's down low. Duh. So we hope you enjoy all our celebrity encounters and my not so celebrity encounters.
Sure.
Tommy is going to open up for the one and only Kevin Farley in beautiful Flint, Michigan, USA.
That's true.
Dell Events. No. Dort Federal Event Center.
Yeah. September
Flint, Michigan.
21st.
September 21st.
8 p.m. I'm not sure how much tickets are, but yeah.
He's going to be headlining the Holly Hotel in Holly, Michigan again, November 8th, and my goddamn birthday, November 9th.
Oh,
so
look at that.
everybody come out November 9th, the 10:30 show. I will be there.
Celebrating,
So drunk.
Celebrating number 41?
52.
Oh.
I'm going to be all of 52, but I still look like I'm 26.
Yeah.
In the meantime, we'll see you next week. Stay miserable.